All right, what's going on, guys? Nick, talking Interference Sports. Today, I'm going to be talking to Channing Stribling, cornerback, Seattle Dragons. Um, I know the season's over, but we'll get some insight on what's going on with him and how he feels about how all of this stuff has transpired. And we'll just get a quick chat with him, see how he's doing now that the season's over, and just get a feel for how it is for the players who are at the end of this abrupt ending to the season, and how they're on the I would say they're on the short end of the stick of this. I mean, they're the ones that really miss out on this. So I went ahead and give him a call, and we'll go ahead and get this started. Make this one quick and easy. We had a few interviews already this week, so we'll try and make this one nice and simple, really quick. So thanks for joining me. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, Channing?
Hey, what's going on?
Can you hear me pretty well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. How's it going? You just landed in where are you at? Alabama now?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. All right.
Indianapolis.
You traveled pretty safely?
Yeah, it was a smooth flight. I slept the whole flight, so.
Hey, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
So how did they break the news to you that the season was over?
So we went to practice. Kind of had the speculation already in our head, so just kind of practice like it was the last practice. I think we had a meeting. Yeah, we had a meeting that night, 3:30 or the evening, 3:30, and he kind of broke the news to us about the decision that they made and everything. So that's kind of how it got broke to us.
Oh, so you guys knew the night before they announced it?
Yeah, speculation about it. So it was just kind of like, because most of us were in the AAF and kind of already had the whole before practice, like hearing rumors and everything. So we kind of just took it the same way, like, okay, well, let's just take this as probably our last practice and everything. So
yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you after the mess of the AAF and how that all ended. How do you feel about from last season dealing with the AAF and now the way the XFL season ended? How are you feeling about everything?
I wouldn't say the same, because the AAF was more about finances, closed down because of money.
Right.
This is kind of like a unsuspected thing that just happened out of nowhere, so we really couldn't be mad at it. It's just like a whole this worst case scenario thing that could have happened that could have ended the league. So, and that's what it was. Basically, just the whole disease, just going around, just for the safety of everyone. We just kind of felt like it's the right decision. Nobody wants to not be able to finish out a season. Plus, it's more film and more money, but you have to do what's right. So.
Yeah. So how do you feel about your overall performance over the season?
I think it was okay. I felt like I could do a little bit better, just in certain aspects of playing. Just a little bit difficult, just trying to still get that whole chemistry going with the whole defense. I think secondary we had great chemistry. We hung out all the time. We go out to DB dinners and everything. So I think the whole chemistry with the defense was going up, especially after the Houston game. We could have won that. So I think after that, I feel like everything was going to fall into place. But it was just one of those times that happened that everything had to stop. So, but personal play, I think it was okay. Could have did a little bit more. Could have a little bit more plays. That I look at now, like I should have just made that. So.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, I felt after the Houston game, the defense was riding high. I mean, Houston was regarded as probably the best team in the league, and you guys held them to 0, the longest anybody else in the league had. I was wondering what the locker room feeling was after that for you guys on the defensive side.
It felt good. We felt like we could continue the game. We knew that they were going to game plan us a certain way, that we had to kind of just step it up and just play it a certain way. So we couldn't just be lax the rest of the game. We kind of had to make sure it was 0-0 or play like we were kind of behind to make it seem like we were going to play well. So.
You and Clark had been playing really well in the backfield all season. I really enjoyed watching you guys play back there. All the broken up passes and interceptions between the two of you guys. You had a pretty big one in the Dallas game. Can you tell me about that from your perspective?
Yeah, it was just the communication I seen from the receiver and quarterback. He kind of made a certain hand gesture that made me feel like it's going to be one of those plays where he's going to get the ball regardless, but just one of those plays you got to just focus on. So I just kind of stayed outside, seen him running up, kind of hit a post, and I didn't feel like that was just the end of the route, and I seen my safety just inside kind of helping out. So I just felt like, no, let me just stay outside just in case he kind of breaks back out. So that's kind of what happened. So we kind of just, split it in between. I know a couple people were probably saying that that we were beat the way we looked, but I just felt like the only way he could throw the ball was that way, because if he'd have threw it that way, with my length and with both our lengths, I think we would have made the play regardless. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys looked the last few games of the season. You guys looked phenomenal on defense. So I was thoroughly impressed with the way that you guys were progressing throughout the season. It was awesome to watch. What were your thoughts of playing in CenturyLink Field, and what was your opinion on the crowd?
Oh, it was great, especially the first game. The crowd, they were hyped. I always heard about the Seahawks fans being the loudest. So just having the whole bowl below almost packed, it was great. The energy was live, and just when it was raining, being cold, and they still came out there to support. So I really did enjoy it.
Awesome. Did they let you guys know any like how free agency is going to work for you guys? You guys already are allowed to go work out with NFL teams, right?
Yeah, so right now they just kind of released a statement saying that we can go work out with teams and everything. So we can kind of just do our own thing at this point.
So do you personally try to send tip to people and be like, hey, what's up? Or you just kind of sit in the back and wait for somebody to give you a call?
Just kind of sit in the back, wait for the call. I think they had access to the games and practices, so I think it's just one of those things where we just got to wait for them.
Okay.
Wait for them to call us.
All right. So what are your plans now that the season abruptly ended 5 weeks early?
Just relaxing. I'll probably just take a week off just to relax, be around family and everything, and then just kind of go back to working out a little bit, just get prepared for camps and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so you're anticipating going into some mini camps and stuff like that when they resume play?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I feel free not to answer this, but it was rumored that somebody on the Dragons had tested positive for the coronavirus. Did they give you guys any kind of a breakdown of how to treat yourselves if anything happened, or?
Yeah, so they kind of told us what happened. They told us, the whole situation, and it basically just said that he was isolated from the time that he felt symptoms to now. So I think that was maybe Monday, and Monday's a normally off day. So that's just basically all the only information they gave us. So they just said, if you're feeling symptoms, you probably need to, stay back for at least 2 weeks to see if you do have it or not. If not, just take precaution when you go home, especially around people with a compromised immune system. So they just told us to be smart with it. Everyone wants to go home, but just be smart with it. So.
All right. Okay. Yeah. What do you think the most standout moment for the season was for you?
I'll probably say let me see, what game did we? I'm trying to remember the play. I'll probably say the Dallas game that we lost. I think the game plan that we had was great. They just kind of, game plan us in that second half and did a couple things different. But I think probably the Dallas game, St. Louis game. I know we gave up some things in St. Louis, but I'll probably just say those 2 games. Just that end stretch. I'll probably say first 2 games, just trying to get our feet wet and everything. So.
Who do you think was the hardest receiver you had to cover?
I'll probably say it'll probably be the Houston receiver just because of how they played, how they planned the whole thing. Just first half it was detailed towards them and we did a good job, but second half was more like, okay, let's take away some people so it can be like a one-on-one type situation.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll probably say that.
Okay.
He did have the most yards and touchdowns of the season, so it'd be crazy to me not to say it wasn't him.
So do you know if and I know we kind of touched over this a little bit, but I'm in the dark. I don't know if anybody else is, but are you aware if you guys don't get signed to any NFL teams, do you guys still stay active on the Dragons roster and come back for the next season?
Yeah, so that's how they're playing it right now. That's what we were told. Like the roster is locked right now. So if we don't end up, getting signed anywhere, we'll end up coming back next year. So that's the whole plan that they're talking about right now. We don't have any full details on it, but that's kind of like what we were told. So.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you made it back out east safely, and unfortunately the season's over, but that's a little bit of relaxing time for you, I guess.
Yeah.
So enjoy that. Yes. I seriously loved talking to you throughout the season and in the beginning of the season, and if I'm hoping the best for you. I hope you get picked up by an NFL team, but if you don't, I would love to talk to you some more. Even if you do, I would still love to talk to you some more, man. You take it easy. Sure. You take it easy. I appreciate it so much for all of your time, and enjoy your off season, and I hope the best for you.
All right. Thank you. You too.
All right. Take care. All right. Change Stribling. Quick and easy. I had a bunch of questions written down earlier for I had planned earlier this week to talk to them, and then they ended the season. So I had a bunch of questions about, what are your preparations for, next week, or how is this going to happen for next week? And obviously there's no more XFL this season. So, hopefully I can still keep in touch with a lot of these guys and we can keep a conversation going about XFL with some of these players. But thanks for joining me with that ride that I had on the XFL. That was a blast, and I hope to get to do it again next season. Thanks for joining me today. I believe I'm supposed to have an old school MMA fighter, Dan Severin, talk to me sometime next week. Don't have a date set yet, but it sounds like this is in the works. So check out for the Dan Severin interview that I'm going to be having next week. As always, I'm Nick, talking Interference Sports. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there, and enjoy your weekend.